Hello everyone, welcome to SwitchUp as we once again have a look at some of the games coming out for the Switch in this upcoming week. In terms of dates, we'll be going from the 21st of October up until the 27th, and we'll look at a couple of games that have crept out without being in one of these videos first before moving on to the week at hand. So which games are coming out for the Switch this week? Well, let's find out.
This episode was sponsored by the very well received Werewolf, The Apocalypse, Heart of the Forest. It's just come out physically on the Nintendo Switch via Funstock Media, and there's a link down in the description if you want to check that out.
In terms of the story, Heart of the Forest is actually adapted from the World of Darkness universe, which incorporates worlds such as Werewolf the Apocalypse, as well as Vampire the Masquerade. You play as Maya, who arrives at an ancient forest looking to explore her family history. You'll be visiting real-world places of mystery and power, witnessing how nature clashes with technology and greed. It uses a collage art style with hand-illustrated characters, as well as pictures of real places, and you'll be making tough choices that will bring dramatic consequences.
Visually, as you can probably see, it's like a choose-your-own-adventure book. You'll often have different dialogue choices to make. The artwork's pretty stunning, and as I said, it is very well received over on Metacritic. That does go a little deeper than some visual novels in terms of its RPG elements.
As Mark mentioned, it released yesterday physically on the Nintendo Switch via Funstock, and there will be a link in the description if you want to pick this one up. And just again, thank you very much to Funstock for sponsoring this episode. Let's start then with a couple of games that are already out, and the first of these is Warm Snow. This roguelite allows you to customise your gameplay by choosing weapons, powers and elements to adapt your fighting style as you play as Bjorn on a quest to destroy the White Lotus. It's set in a universe inspired by Chinese folklore and uses an art style described here as being silk painting-esque. You'll be battling off against fierce enemies to solve the riddle behind the warm snow and deliver the world from the plague it finds itself embraced in. This released last week and is available for £15.99 or your regional equivalent. And the other game that's already out then is Kingdom 80s. Now this is part of the Kingdom series. We have Kingdom New Lands and Two Crowns on the Switch already. And these are games based around the idea of micro-strategy and base building. You'll need to defend your town against the mysterious greed and discover the secrets of your family lineage. It's a standalone game from the other games in the series, set of course in the 80s as you would expect, and describes itself as a love letter to the nostalgic days of bike riding, summer camps, and sitting around in your pyjamas on a Saturday morning in front of the telly. You'll be recruiting the neighbourhood kids and assigning them roles as builders or soldiers, to protect what is yours. Quite an interesting concept to go in such a different way in terms of story and aesthetic. It sells for £9.99 or your regional equivalent, although there is 20% available off of that for a couple of days now at the time of this going out, up until the 22nd. Let's move on to the games coming out this week then, and the first we'll look at is Just Dance 2024 edition. This releases on the 24th and is the latest in the long-running series going all the way back to the Wii days now, and there are 40 new songs included this time from a host of genres such as Latin, rock, hip-hop and K-pop, as well as a few others. There's a challenge mode and leaderboards to climb, and you also get a free 1-month trial of Just Dance Plus, which has over 300 songs in its inventory. This will sell for £49.99, as I said it releases on the 24th. Also on the 24th then you have Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1. Now this bundles together Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, as well as Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 content thrown in, but you can buy all of this separately too. It was just easier for me to reference the bundle to have it all in one section in this video. Great games no doubt, and I'm sure many people will be very happy to have them on the Switch. It is disappointing to see that the physical version has so much of it needed to be a download and not on the cartridge, a practice that's becoming all too common these days. Might actually put me off buying this one, to be perfectly honest. But it's out for £49.99 or your regional equivalent, or as I said, you can pick these games up separately if you wish. Please see the eShop for those separate prices.
This compilation also contains the first Metal Gear Solid digital graphic novel and its sequel. Additional content includes screenplay books and...
Next then we have Get Me Out Please. This is a horror game with impeccable manners, judging by the title, where you must escape from an abandoned school. You must work together with friends, but the catch is that one of you will become a monster as you play. It says you can play alone should you wish with 100 scenarios, or with up to 4 players and an NPC monster in multiplayer mode. I am always fascinated by these asymmetrical horror games. Obviously you've had things like Friday the 13th and Dead by Daylight in the past, and this one certainly has my attention, and it does have a physical release on Play Asia I've noticed coming out in the next week or so this may be one I consider picking up that way, to be honest. It's out for £26.09 if you're interested on the 25th.
ブレイドの重しを開けてしまったところから恐怖の物語が始まる。井戸の中を覗き込む4人。何の変哲もないように見えたが、一人の。
Following on from that, we have Dave the Diver. This calls itself a casual single-player adventure RPG featuring deep-sea exploration and fishing during the day and sushi restaurant management at night. It goes on to say that there is casual combat and gathering gameplay with roguelike elements as you dive into the ever-changing blue hole and use a harpoon and other weapons to catch fish and various other creatures. You can upgrade and forge your equipment with collected resources using the profits from your sushi restaurant. If you run out of oxygen, you'll leave everything you've collected behind, so I guess that's where the roguelike element comes in. And I do actually think this sounds like quite an interesting concept, a lot of different ideas thrown in there that seem to be tied together quite nicely. This one is out on the 25th and it will sell for £16.99 or your regional equivalent, but there is a demo available if you want to give it a try first.
Vibrant lights of a sushi bar gleam over the ocean. Dave, still hard at work, is faced with the most ravenous of species. Patrons! And while cooking, serving, and pouring drink.
You have Gordian Quest this week too, which calls itself a deck building RPG with roguelite elements and turn-based strategic combat. You'll need to lead and nurture parties of up to 3 heroes on an adventure to save a cursed world from darkness that reigns. There is a campaign mode that plays through 4 different acts, a realm mode which looks to be the roguelite element, and an adventure mode that is unlocked after completing the campaign. It goes on to say the heroes have a combined total of nearly 800 passive and active skills, and your heroes can be upgraded, trained and equipped with a large selection of weapons, armour and enchanted trinkets to enhance their abilities. From what I've seen, this has gained very good scores elsewhere, so if you are looking for a deck builder, it may be one to consider. This is out on the 26th for £17.99, although there is 10% available off of that price up until launch. Then we have A Perfect Day, which seems to be a story-heavy adventure where you play as somebody who will revisit a day in the 1990s over again until, I'm assuming, you get the outcome you desire. It says you'll revisit the final moments of 1999. You play as a young schoolboy who lacks the courage to give a card to his favourite classmate. In this endless loop of the last day of 99, you find out the secrets of your classmates, your friends, your family, and help everyone to have their perfect day. There are mini games to play or other activities such as just going to the park, and it sums it up by saying, in short, it's up to you to have a perfect day or not. It says it's a game of course, but very much a story first, and it's inspired by the storytelling concept of magical realism, where fantastical elements seep into everyday life but aren't the highlight or the focus of the story. This one's out on the 26th and it will sell for £16.69 or, again, your regional equivalent. The penultimate game for the week is DreamWorks Trolls Remix Rescue. It says you'll play as Poppy, Branch and more of your favourite DreamWorks trolls as you explore, smash, dance and battle your way towards rescuing the Troll Kingdom. You can customise your troll characters, perform hair jitsu to whip your hair at enemies, or twirl it like a helicopter to get across platforms. There are mini games to play as well as obviously the main adventure, and it says the game's soundtrack features music from DreamWorks Animation's Trolls films such as Get Back Up Again, Hair Up and more, if that means anything to you. And finally, you can play the game with up to 4 players in local co-op. I'm astounded, to be honest, that the trolls are about to this day. I remember them being the things that you put on the end of your pencils. You used to get them in like cereal packets and whatnot, and that was about it. But there you go, if you are a fan, this one's out on the 27th for £39.99. And finally for the week then we have Crymachina. This is set in a world where humans went extinct thousands of years ago, and synthetic beings known as Die Ex Machina have been tasked to bring mankind back. It revolves around 3 of such beings who are the recreated psyche of deceased humans instilled in synthetic bodies as they seek their full-fledged humanity and explore Eden to discover the secrets hidden within. According to the blurb, this will boil down to action-packed combat paired with in-depth weapon customization, and there is a demo available in some regions at least if you want to give this one a try first. It is selling for quite a hefty price of £53.99 and it's on sale on the 27th. So there you have it, another week of Nintendo Switch releases. Do any of these games interest you? Will you be picking any of them up? Please do let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget, if you are looking for eShop credit to pick up any of these games, you can get your eShop cards via our website, switchup.gg. Doing so will get you 5% of your purchase price back in coins, which you can then use against a future purchase, and you'll get 5% straight discount at the time of purchase by using the code SwitchUp. There's also a link down there to Play Asia if you're looking to import any games. As I said, I might have a look at that Get Me Out Please game on there. Use the link, use the code, and you'll get yourself 5% off of your order from there. A quick thank you to our patrons and our channel members for your continued support, and to each and every one of you for watching our videos. Take care, and until next time, happy gaming.